what does this all mean? This means, Rabotai, that if a person does not pay attention to the way that they behave, and they simply behave however they want, they could literally arrive at the Bet Din of heaven one day, aside from ruining their life, because it's very, very difficult to live among such people. Either people that are too much into themselves where they forget that anybody else out there exists, or people that are simply lying to themselves and to the society about themselves. They pretend to be righteous, in reality they're really wicked. Or they're simply such anxiety addicts. They have so much anxiety and craziness in their mind that they literally thrive on problems. They thrive on other people fighting. They thrive on all types of conspiracy theories. They thrive on bad news. They thrive, like, literally, they want other things to be bad in order to calm themselves, or they simply can't handle the basics of life because they're so consumed with things that are not relevant to them. All types of things that could lead a person to lose their mind with their own hands. And they could eventually arrive at the Bet Din of heaven after ruining their life here, because no spouse will want to live next to such a person, no kids will want to have such a parent, but needless to say, many people have such parents and many people have such spouses. And that person could arrive at the Bet Din of heaven thinking that they are the Admor, thinking that they're the tzaddik or the tzaddikah, and they're in the low-life department. Now, the beautiful part of having such instructions that are so clear from the sages is that this is not even a warning. It's simply instructions of, if you do this, this is your destination. If you avoid this, remove this, stay away from this, your destination is certainly going to be much better. If you want to act like the way of the world, where women are walking around with no arms and no legs, you are a shoteh. You walk around immodest, you're a shoteh. Man or woman, shoteh, drunk, crazy person. Lose your mind, argue in public, throw stuff, shoteh. Constantly watching all types of, crazy things on the news, look for conspiracy and spend all of your efforts trying to figure out who's Gog Magog, and if the aliens are really here, and if the movies are really based on reality, and if the coronavirus was really something that's supposed to destroy the world, and is going to be some type of, third planet that's going to destroy it. All this mumbo jumbo, shoteh. Shoteh. Crazy. You're in that department. But if a person wants to straighten up their mind, say, listen, we have clear instructions of how to behave. We have clear prophecies of certain things that will happen. We have clear Torah of what's allowed and what's forbidden. Why should I go right or left from this? Why shouldn't I just do what it says and better my life, better my family, better my eternity, and certainly never have the embarrassment or the punishment of somebody that's considered a lowlife in the eyes of the God of Israel? Here we see, Rabotai Karim, how our beautiful Torah gives us something that's as real as it gets to help us from ourselves, but also help us of how to deal with certain people. Because you will find certain people that pretend to be righteous because they do certain things. But I guarantee you that if they don't follow the Torah, it's only a matter of time before you see how they distort it and contradict it in their life. One of the famous examples of such a behavior was by the Rasha Merusha named David Ben Gurion. Shem Reshaim Yerkav. If you type up his name on the internet, you'll find many pictures of him and statements and so on. But if you type David Ben Gurion Sandak in Hebrew, you'll see many pictures because people idolized him, glorified him, even though he was completely against the Torah. Many people thought he was a tzaddik, and they actually used him as the sandak, holding their babies when they would get a brit milah. And David Ben Gurion said he was very sensitive to the baby's pain. And there's even picture like this one where he's holding a baby as the rabbi is doing the brit milah, and David Ben Gurion looks like the most sensitive little cutie out there, right? It looks like he's so sensitive. Poor baby, he's crying. And he can't even look at it. David Ben Gurion, you Rasha Merusha. You can't even look at the circumcision. Why is he Rasha Merusha? Because this is in 1970. It wasn't too many years after this very same wicked, evil David Ben Gurion instructed his soldiers to shoot down the Altalena ship comprised of Jewish people, over 900 of them. Shoot it down because we don't want them to come here with their weapons. Either they give us the weapons or we kill them. Yeah, but they want us weapons for self-defense, the Holocaust, everything that's happened to us. What's the problem? Shoot them down. And they shot down the Altalena ship. 16 people died in cold blood. And after Ben Gurion found out about how many people died, instead of saying, maybe we went too far, we didn't mean it to go that far, what did he say? That cannon that shot down and sunk the Altalena ship full of Jews, that's a holy cannon that will be placed next to the Bet HaMikdash one day. So the little baby Brit Milah, he pretends like he can't see the blood of the baby having a Brit Milah. He's so sensitive. But murdering over a dozen Jews, that he's not so sensitive. So you see, Rabotai, HaKadosh Baruch Hu makes sure that the fakers are exposed at some point or another.